Hello, everyone, and welcome to our FFG Live today, where we are going to be chatting about the Planetary Qualifiers for Shadows of the Galaxy. Sorry, I think Corey was enjoying reading everyone's messages before the stream.
I was. Well, look at our names.
That's true, yes.
Mason did a quick change.
Yeah.
Mason too good.
But thank you all for joining us. We're so excited today to talk about the first step in the competitive, basically, circuit for Star Wars Unlimited. I'm joined today by Alicia Gensch, Marketing Manager, and Corey Scott, Organized Play Specialist.
I'm sorry.
Corey Finalizer Scott.
Thank you.
Organized Play Specialist. So today we're going to just chat a little bit about the article that's already gone live. If you have not checked it out on our website, you can feel free to go back. There actually might be something new that you all have not seen. We're going to be posting the full list of all of the store showdowns there, as well as links to some of the stores. So that way it's a little easier for you all to find. We know that some of those were not already in the locator and other places. So we want to make sure it's a little bit easier, and that's what we'll do going forward. So be sure to check that out either now or throughout the day to look back and be able to find those things. But before we get into what we know everyone's here for, the kits, all the cool stuff you can find in them, let's just chat a little bit about some of those things that you can find in that article for those who have not seen it already. So Corey, do you want to start by just chatting about what a planetary qualifier is?
Oh, you betcha.
Perfect.
So, at a planetary qualifier, as many of you know, signups have started. These events are capped at 128 people. And with that, it means that you are going to be playing 7 rounds of Swiss and then cutting to a top 8 single elimination bracket. And then just a little past that, we've mentioned this before on streams already, you are not getting points for this. You are getting an automatic invitation to day 2 of the Galactic Championship. And I don't know about you, but I think that a day 2 invite to the Galactic Championship is so much cooler than points, especially for Season 0.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's huge. You can just bypass the first day. You can use that first day to experience all the other really cool things that are happening at the Galactic Championship, which we will be talking about very soon.
Very soon.
And another really great thing about the planetary qualifiers, Corey, like you had mentioned, which we've mentioned on previous streams, during Season 0, which is this first competitive cycle, we're not going to have points, which is, again, why we're giving essentially a bye for day 1 into that Galactic Championship, which is really cool.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be getting into this competitive scene with these planetary qualifiers.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so there are 40 planetary qualifiers for set 2 across the world. And again, like we have mentioned before, which is also in the article, we are increasing the number of planetary qualifiers as we get into the set 3 planetary qualifiers, that first level of competitive play. So it's going to be about 150 across the world, and in some specific regions that's tripling and maybe quadrupling the number of planetary qualifiers in that area, which is really great. I know we've seen so many people online who want to participate in this first level of competitive play. So again, increasing the number we have across the world, it's going to let more people play and get in there.
Yeah, and I think that's a part of us listening to you all as fans, that you want to compete at these events, and it doesn't always make sense for all of these events to just grow in size within stores. There's not that many stores worldwide that can hold more than 128 players or find that type of space. So instead of doing that, it's cutting down some of that travel time, maybe giving you opportunities to play in more than one if the timeline works out for you. And so really the goal is to make sure that this is a more accessible level to enter the competitive series of events for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And another great thing about this first level of competitive play is they're open events, so you don't have to qualify to get into a planetary qualifier. This is kind of the first building block as we go from planetaries to sectors to regional, and then finally that Galactic Championship. So pretty cool.
Yeah. I think we have one other thing we wanted to mention before we get into the kits too, is that a little bit about our tournament software, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So previously on a stream, we did announce that we have officially partnered with Melee.gg, and for all competitive level events, any organizer is required to use Melee.gg, but it is also recommended for all of your casual events as well. So it's a great tournament software tool for stores to be able to use with that tech software or TEC being retired at this point. I know a lot of you have used Melee.gg in the past or have had experiences with it, so we are very excited to be partnering with them for this event.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or for our events,
Yeah,
not this event,
Events.
for
the
this
events.
event, but all of the
Yeah.
events going forward as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and another really great thing about Melee.gg is they have so many help resources available. So if you're a player, if you're a retailer, you can go over to their website, and there is a specific Star Wars Unlimited section that hopefully will help you find whatever answers you need. And then they also have a really great customer service line in case you have some more specific questions to you. That's great.
Awesome.
Help is there.
Help is there.
Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
great. And you can, again, find all this information if we went too fast on anything in our latest article as well. So be sure to check that out. But I think now is the time to show off what everybody's here for, which is the Planetary Qualifier kit. So Corey.
Did you bring the kit?
Sorry?
I'm joking.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we had the kit. Yes. So there it is. Corey's going to take it all out. We've got some images we'll throw up on screen so it's easy for you all to see some of the things that are in there. But we're going to show off what it looks like in person because some of these things have, cool foiling and different pieces that we want you to be able to see what it looks like in person a little bit better.
Can I ask a question to the chat?
Yeah.
Do they want to start with what's in this box or what's left in the tube?
Oh, yeah, we can find out. Corey, you rascal. I agree.
Yes.
I also see people questioning about this card behind me. We'll talk about that for sure. We're not going to let that one just slide. We'll chat about that at the end. All right. First answer gets it for you, too. So the tube. They said the tube. Let's do it.
The
Tube
tube.
in it. Oh, yep, tube.
All right.
Here's your playmat.
Yeah.
Yay,
All right,
it's
flip it
beautiful.
around.
It's black, it's beautiful. Woo!
Perfect. All right, let's put that
Oh,
thing
it's
down.
so
We can
Yeah.
lay it here. We can go to the top down and show, kind of what we got. We can do a nice zoom in on just the playmat. That's all we have. We'll put the rest of the items on top of it too. Yeah, that is nice. So we got the set 2, key art here that you've seen behind us before. Now we have the Twilight Republic up, but we have Shadows of the Galaxy here. Is this something, this playmat, like something that people can expect maybe going forward in kits? Is something using the key art for that set?
Yes, so the key art for all of our sets is just so beautiful. So really giving it a chance to shine on a playmat, especially looking at this one right now, like the colors are just so good on a playmat that, like, if I were asked what would I want on a playmat like this for the Planetary Qualifier as a capstone for store level events, to highlight the key art on this mat itself just feels like
Chef kiss.
yes,
chef
chef
kiss.
kiss. Yes.
Chef kiss. Yeah, and we actually have people questioning, some of the things on here. We got, like, obviously the logos and everything. We got the Planetary Qualifier champion. You got to brag a little bit when you throw this thing down on the table.
Yeah.
We also got this question about what this symbol is up here. Do you want to, explain what this is to those who don't know?
Yeah, so this symbol up here, it's the first time you all are seeing this symbol, which is really exciting. And it kind of goes in line with our competitive scene. And so Planetary Qualifier is our first competitive event, so it has the least number of boxes outlined. But as you grow within the competition of the competitive scene, these boxes are going to be filled up more to represent the growth and the level of the event that you are playing at.
So this is how you know this is a Planetary Qualifier on top of where it says Planetary Qualifier champion as well.
yeah.
So you can expect to see those on things that maybe don't say Planetary Qualifier, but it's just an easy way for you to know this came from a PQ.
Exactly.
As part of a set,
As part of the set,
essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We showed the playmat. Let's get into the box.
What's in the box?
Okay. For the record, the playmat goes to the champion.
Yeah.
We're talking about this playmat. We know it goes to the champion, but if you haven't picked up on it already, there's one playmat for the champion within this kit.
Perfect.
Let's start with the cards.
Start with cards. They're in the
Participation promos.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk about participation.
Yeah,
promos.
we haven't opened this at all, so we need to dig it all out.
You did pre-open the tube, though.
I did pre-open the tube. There's a lot of tape keeping that tube together, so I had to pre-open the tube.
All right,
So this entire stack of cards is the same, and I'm just going to put one of them out,
Yeah.
which is Legal Authority.
And we could throw the image up so it's a little bit closer, but it does have the new art as well as the organized play frame. So something you might have seen already before, but this card was one that was chosen by the devs as a good representation of the set, right? And
Yes.
a good prize to show up with. I think it's a really fun card. I play it a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, all of the cards within the organized play kits, we do talk to the devs a whole lot about what is going to be the card selected for these kits. So the devs have great input into what is going into them. And so they picked Legal Authority as the Planetary Qualifier participation representative for set 2.
So do you just get the one card for participating, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you show up and you will get legal authority. If you are showing up and you can play one round or check in, you'll have a legal authority alt art.
Yes.
Great. All right. Let's talk about the other stack which we have here.
The other stack. Just gonna throw it in the box.
Yeah.
So, it's more legal authority.
Yeah.
More legal authority
Yeah. For the judge.
for the judge cards.
Yeah. So here, let me get this down here so we can show the foiling
Ooh,
off.
look at
which
that
is that
foil.
FFG OP foiling that we do right there. Yeah.
Yes.
So we got those.
Yes.
God, I love that art piece.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Flanked by those X-Wings, very cool. So yeah, we have 4 judge promos that come in this kit.
Yes.
So if you are participating as a judge, which we really appreciate, and we know that people really enjoy doing the judgeship, as people have seen with how many people signed up for that Discord that started right away and are now going to
Yes.
testing. And so it's cool that we have a nice reward for the judges playing.
Absolutely. And now, the thing you're all actually waiting for now, other than the champion playmat,
Yeah.
is what are the placement cards?
Yeah.
We have them in store showdown kits. So, what's the competitive level placement cards?
So what's this one?
It is. We go ahead and throw that up there.
Oh.
It is Dr. Evazan.
Whew.
Yeah,
that
that's a nice
foil.
piece.
And we are going all the way down to the top 16.
Okay.
We'll be getting these placement promos.
Very
Nice.
cool.
So top 8 will make the top cut, but if you are someone who has just bubbled out of the top cut, those next 8 down will all still get the top 16 promos. And that also means for the top 16 promos, if you win, you still get, similar to Store Showdown and everything, you get the top 16, the top 8, the top 4, the finalist, and the champion promos.
Yes, you get all of the Dr. Evazan.
Yeah, love Dr. Evazan. He, what a menace. Honestly, is the best word for him. He's a problem here.
What a menace.
Yeah, what a menace. Goes right in my Boba deck. All right.
And I do have one more thing in my box of goodies. This doesn't look like anything special now. It's a little baggie of.
It's a little baggy first.
It's a plastic
it's
bag.
a little bag.
Yeah.
You get a plastic bag.
Yeah.
What we have is a top 4 prizing for the Planetary Qualifiers. And it is, we will need the top down and zoomed in on this bad boy.
Oop, there we go.
It is another initiative counter. So on this side, it has a little bit of a starfield with Star Wars Unlimited logo. And then on the other side, it is going to reflect the Planetary Qualifier symbolism on it, with a really pretty coloring on it.
Yeah, it is.
It's very cool. It kind of matches the set color a little bit
It
there.
does.
Yeah.
It does, yes. And that's what comes in the Planetary Qualifier kit.
All right. Well, I'm going to put these cards back because otherwise I know Alicia will grab a couple of them before we leave. And so let's make sure those are all in this area.
Yes, put them closer to me.
Cool. So this is the PQ kit. So
Yes.
thank you for bringing this on to show everybody, and we hope that you enjoy some of the card choices. And I think the game mat is the thing I'm most jealous of. And I know we're running a Planetary Qualifier in our own office.
We
this week,
are.
for all of the internal FFG folks. So this is the prize that I'm aiming for. Unfortunately, I had to play Danny at some point to do it. So TBD. And yes, the token is plastic. Somebody just asked that one.
Yes.
But on top of this Planetary, we also have, Planetaries happening throughout the month of October. And so I know that we also have other FFG team members that will be traveling around 2 different Planetary Qualifiers, including you, Corey.
Yes.
So do you want to let people know where you might be swinging by and what stores they can find you at during that month?
Yeah, absolutely. So I will be at Planetary Qualifiers the first 2 weeks of October. So I'm going to Common Ground Games in Texas. I believe it's Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
And then I am headed to Pastimes Games in Chicago, Illinois.
Very cool.
Nice.
So I'm very excited to come and hang out and interact with our player base and see how things are going in stores and just hang out with people. So if anyone's going to those events, please come. If you aren't registered for the Planetary Qualifier, but somehow you're able to show up for the event, please come. I'm bringing my decks with me. I want to play games.
Yes.
I need to get good enough so I can finally beat Xander in a game.
And get one of
That's
these.
the goal, ain't it?
Yes.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, keep an eye out for Corey. We have other team members that'll be traveling around. I know I'll be attending one hopefully as well. So fingers crossed that we'll be able to see you all. We'd love to get some games in and chat and just see how everything's going for you all. But I know that Corey also had desired, showing off. You've all seen these cards mechanically. Yes, new art. Yes, new treatments. All the beautiful things. But we are in Twilight of the Republic preview season. So Corey wanted to show a card because he wasn't sure if he'd get to it at some other point during this preview season. So time is now. And he actually picked out this card this morning.
Yes.
And then we luckily have Twilight of the Republic booster packs here. A couple of things that got here early.
Yep,
And
we're starting to build our archive sets,
Yes.
opening them, and
Corey opened one pack and actually opened the exact card he had wanted to preview. And so
I was so excited.
we've got.
At
Oh, go for it.
8:30 this morning, I talked to Xander. I'm like, okay, you said I can preview a card. I want to do this one. He's like, yeah, that works. Probably 8:45. I was given a pack and said, you can open this. Like, cool. I'll open a booster pack. And it just so happened to have the preview card that I wanted to show off, of which I was so excited about.
Yeah.
And some of you did notice that it was back there, saying you'd give us, I believe, a whole $5 for a zoom in of that.
Ooh, we take
but we have
Venmo.
the card in person.
All right, before we do that real quick, we have a couple questions. We're going to make
Okay.
you wait just 2 more seconds. So how many participation promos come in the kit? Some people were saying 64. Is it the full 128?
It is 64 participation
Okay.
promos in the kit.
Okay. So we got that question. The PQs, we will not be streaming them ourselves. If stores choose to stream them, you can check in with those stores, but we will not have a live stream of all the PQs ourselves. Also, the symbol on the prize initiative token is the same as on the playmat for the Planetary Qualifier, which is the symbol of that series of events. All right. Looks like that's the questions we had hanging. But let's show off the card now. We've got the physical card here, and then we'll throw up the image for you all to be able to see a little easier. This is a 3-cost vigilance event called Equalize. It's a tactic. You give a unit -2/-2 for this phase. Then if you control fewer units than that unit's controller, give another unit -2/-2 for this phase. So it rewards you, in a set known for going wide. This rewards you for kind of doing the opposite, which is nice to still have those ways to play against it if you're not a go wide player within the set.
For sure.
I'll give you this card back since it is yours.
You.
It's very fun. And I love that art piece with Sabine. But all right, I believe that's what we have hanging in the chat. So thank you all for joining us today to go over the Planetary Qualifier kit. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we come back. I will be chatting with Jim Cartwright and just getting to know him and chatting about what's new and what's happening at FFG. It's going to be very fun. And then next week, we'll also have a Prepping for Planetary Qualifiers stream where we'll talk about what you need to know as a competitive player or someone who might be looking to get into competitive play. And this is your first chance to do it. We're going to start by giving advice and maybe play a couple games ourselves. So thank you all for joining us here and at home.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all next time.